Hey, replay viewers, if you're seeing this part, we're just waiting. We just hit live and folks are getting on. You might want to fast forward, say 2 minutes. We're just going to get in with everybody and make sure they can hear us. So just bear with us for a second.
I wonder if it'll be low because
I wonder if you're in frame. Oh, yeah, it is Father's Day. Like we thought we might have moved it, but then I don't think we thought about it in time.
I think it was Mother's Day we thought about moving it.
So we have a few people on. We do have a lot of questions. We have 13 or so questions. That's about what we're getting. That takes about an hour. I'm in the chat waiting for somebody to let me know if they can hear us. So you guys let us know if you can hear us. Hit refresh. You tired already? Yawning?
I am.
Okay. Claire, you can hear us. Muddy Paws, I can hear you. Okay, Linda. All right. Thank you guys for coming to the show tonight. Happy Father's Day, everyone. I guess I don't know if you're all fathers, but I guess we all have fathers. We're here. So happy Father's Day. Okay. So let's get the show started. You want to, Rebecca?
Yeah.
We got a break. We got an hour break before the show. Grandma took the kids. She's going to take them during the show because they ain't going to be quiet still, are they? They're wound up. Summertime. They're staying up later. Crystal, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that, Crystal. Becky, you yawning.
I am.
Okay, well, let's get the show on. And then folks can get their rest. Okay, so we have a bunch of great questions. Actually, I should print them off. Rebecca, you want to talk to them while I print off these show notes?
Say? Adam's here. Claire's here. Crystal.
Oh, ask everybody if they're fathers and how many children do they have.
Well, you can just answer the question. How many kids? How many kids do you have if you're a father?
I'm going to just print out the show notes, guys.
Adam has 1 kid. That's
it,
Adam.
Happy Father's Day, Adam.
I'm just kidding. Oh.
You're heckling
I know.
Adam.
I'm heckling Adam. He heckles us enough.
Yeah. Get him back. Get him back.
Muddy Paws has 1. Chris has 2 kids.
Oh, I'm seeing a question from Muddy Paws. I'm seeing several questions in the show notes. Thank you for signing your name, Muddy Paws. I should tell you guys, if you guys submit questions beforehand, sign your name and I can shout you out.
Yeah.
Know who I'm talking to. I don't have a really clean way to say a really
Jake's here. He has 3 girls.
Yay!
Wow, there's a lot of girls.
Chris, did you shout out Chris?
Chris, yeah,
he has 2 kids. So happy Father's Day, Chris.
Out.
Okay, good. I was doing the show notes. I'm just making sure.
Are you printing it?
I don't want you to diss anybody.
I'm not dissing anyone. I'm heckling Adam.
Okay. Well, that's the most important. That's the most important thing you could be doing right now.
That's right.
Heckling Adam before pre-show heckle. Okay, you guys ready? Do your kiddos do any type of homeschool? We homeschool here, but I'm thankful that living on the farm is educational and can be used for the sum of it. That's like one of the most popular questions on our blog, and it's probably because we don't film homeschooling. But yeah, we do homeschool, and that's generally because we all like to be together. That's majorly why we like to homeschool. We like to do everything from home. Homeschool, we work from home.
We home birth.
We home birth. We pretty much eat at home all the time.
Yep.
And we even go on staycations. Okay?
Yep.
I bet people think we're nuts because we barely leave this farm. Does anyone use a honey extractor you can recommend? All right, people. Do you got a honey extractor recommendation? You know who you could ask that,
Casey.
Adam? Is tag them. Both of them are active in the Facebook group. Casey Oswich and Ken Randall. Is he Ken Randall on Facebook?
I believe he is.
Ken was just here. A nice guy. I think Casey asks Ken questions about beekeeping. So both those got to know good stuff about you. Are you trying to move us on?
No, I was just reading the
Well, you got
first
an
one.
answer about homeschooling.
I know, I was reading
So,
the
okay,
homeschooling
so
questions.
we're pretty lax on it.
I wouldn't say lax. I would say relaxed.
Yeah.
So we do homeschooling, but we aren't like, I'm not the crazy curriculum mom.
Yeah.
Like I have, we have book work that we do, and then we have like the life stuff that we do.
We do a math, but the
we do
Matthew C
math,
curriculum,
Matthew
and then
C.
they have a reading.
Then we do reading
and
then like copy work. So I'm just like working on like, you know, English and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
and then they listen to probably, and between me reading to them and them listening to audiobooks, they probably read aloud, listening to audiobooks about 2 or 3 hours a day.
yeah, like they're getting lots of reading.
And then they're getting their education on farm. Jonah just came up to me excited today, saying, "Oh, and this is like school. I learned this, and I didn't have to go to a classroom or something." And he had put together Lily's little horse house had broke her door. And he went and got new hinges and
did it.
New little screws and fixed it. And he was so proud of himself, and he taught himself that. And yeah, that's a really practical. I mean, what are we going to school for? We want to go to school to learn, to be better. Why? Why would we want?
Well, just to learn.
What we do anything with our kids, we want them to grow up and be give more than they take.
Productive citizens.
We want them to be able to take care of themselves and contribute to the society, right?
Yeah.
And so they're learning that on farm. So
yeah, I mean, we do school, and like I feel like our kids, I don't know if all kids are like this, but our kids they have a lot of questions. And so like, you know, we're driving down the street and they want to know about something, and then that leads to a discussion about war, or that leads to a discussion about science or whatever, you know, history, and there's all these things, and then they're listening. And like the other day we talked about World War II for probably 30 minutes, and they were just asking really good questions. So
yeah, so okay, good question. Hopefully that helped you. Adam says he unschools, and Quentin says homeschool rocks. So is there a reason person shouldn't allow the pullets? Pullets are, for those that you don't know, chickens that are not laying eggs yet, but they're gonna be for laying eggs. I have 4 hens and 4 pullets living in your tractor. They are out from time to time. I get up till sundown, but a couple of the pullets always go to the nest box for the night, but come out immediately when I feed in the morning. Thanks for your advice. Love my nephew and family. So I don't guess it's a problem as long as they're not pooping in there. We have a problem if they perch on the edge of that nest box sometimes, and then they'll put their hiney in towards that nest box, and they'll be pooping there. And so if that happens, the way we made our chickshaws, yeah, even the chicken tractor, if you built mine, has a swivel bar to be a nest blocker. If they begin manuring in there, if they're not, I don't care. Who cares?
yeah,
I don't care. Just keep that nest box clean. But so I would put that swivel bar up after
3.
lunch or at 4 o'clock or whatever after work, and then that way they can't get in their nest. And then I would open that up first thing in the morning so people can start laying eggs. Is there any part of the chicken guts you would not feed pigs? I love that question. Super easy to answer. No, we feed everything of the chicken guts to the pigs. We bag it up. Guts, whatever finds its way in there. Guts, kidneys, head. We usually save the head and the feet. If you don't eat the liver, anything.
we saved the liver, the heads, and the feet, and the necks this time.
Even feathers would be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We find out tomorrow if our family cow is bred or not. Congratulations. When we bought her, she was supposed to be, but wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry. But I have some great friends who raise cattle, and they allowed us to bring our girl over there for 2 months to get her bred. Hopefully, it took this time. We are anxious for fresh cow's milk. Okay, so I guess that's just a comment.
And then he was saying, what supplements did you use to get Violet's back in heat when she was struggling?
Oh, gosh.
We actually never got her back into heat. We ended up eating her.
Violet had what you call toxicity or failure to thrive, or both of those. She had fescue toxicity, meaning she was getting literally sick from eating our fescue grass. And that does happen sometimes in cows. It hasn't happened on this farm yet, but.
Okay, so what supplements we did use for her, though, we got the ABC Mineral Program. It's Advanced Biological Concepts. And they are, it's like 16, it's like the ruminants. If you go to the ruminants, it's hard to explain. The website's not super easy to navigate, I think. Anyways, we got 16 minerals, and we built our mineral shaw and have that. We also put out a fescue neutralizer, which is why, like, when the vet was like, it's probably fescue toxicity, we were like, and I was like, well, how do we fix that? And she's like, well, you put out this fescue neutralizer and that should take care of it. And I'm like, oh, okay, we've had that out for like 2 months and it's not working. So yeah, Violet was a hot mess, unfortunately. And so
yeah,
I hope that this cow took, do you know if she ever came, if she's like coming into heat? I guess you might not be in the, is this person in?
Okay, so whoever asked this question about the new cow, are you guys in the box? And Rebecca, I'm wondering if, okay, can you guys still hear us? We're having trouble on this end seeing the video. So I'm just going to ask you guys, can you guys still hear us? We're seeing the chat, but we're not seeing the video. Okay, so we'll keep going through. There it goes. Adam's picking on us again. Violet or hot mess. Yep. Okay, so Mike Bacati had a great idea I should announce because people aren't watching the chat when they replay. Is turn the if you want to train your chickens to not roost inside the nest boxes. If you've built one of my designs, you can turn the crate sideways.
That's such a good idea. I saw that. I was like,
absolutely brilliant.
Yes, Mike.
Easier than swivel bar because you don't have to latch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then if your landing bar is broke or warped or whatever, like ours is right now, you can just turn the nest box sideways.
Yeah.
Somebody said, this is fun. Let's detour from the main questions. I see Cindy in the house.
Hey, Cindy.
Okay, so somebody asked, what was it like to meet Joel Salatin? You've heard you're not supposed to meet your heroes. So that's a very good question. And I think in a weird way, because some people, they want to meet us.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily understand that because we feel like we're just normal people.
We are just normal people.
And knowing knowing that we're just normal people, I also know that Joel Salatin is just a normal person.
Yeah.
And if I put any kind of
expectations,
exponential expectations on him, I'm going to be disappointed. So
yeah.
Knowing that
we went there with complete no expectations.
That was handy.
Yeah, it was. We literally went there thinking that we would get to see Joel Salatin for 2 hours and then just spend the rest of the time with his interns.
Yeah. 2 hours with Joel and follow the interns. And he opted to spend more. He invited us to spend more time with him. So
he opted to spend a lot of time with
I think it was a dream that we never even dreamed of dreaming.
Yeah. I never thought that would ever happen.
When I was just learning from Joel, what was it, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
In the books, boy, I wish he was my uncle.
Yeah.
But I never dreamed to try to make that happen.
No, and in fact, it was kind of funny because we spent so much time on the farm with everyone that my kids were trying to call me and I couldn't, and I was I didn't even think I didn't think to prep them hey, I might not be in cell service because we'll be on the farm, because we were thinking we'd just go over there for a couple hours and then we'd have 8 hours of downtime before we went back over there in the evening to film, So
yeah, it
was literally when Joel's so I talked to Teresa and we want to have you for breakfast, and we're just okay, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Yeah. And then it was just so much fun. And then he just spent so much time with us. We just couldn't We just couldn't believe how much time he spent with us.
Yeah. And so, I'm glad Adam has said this. I have an Uncle Justin. I'm glad you said that, Adam, because when I say that, when I promote this, I'm not just pulling that out my butt. That's not marketing magic. That's like, I felt the pain 10 years ago, wishing somebody like Elliot Coleman or Joel Salatin was my uncle, and I could just call him up or text him up. And so I'm like, how can I be that now for others? And so that's what this is, guys. We're hanging out with a live webinar. I would have died for this 10 years ago.
Oh, I know.
To somebody who was ahead of me.
Yeah.
In some ways, and
we could ask questions.
Yeah, and they might not know everything, and Joel doesn't know everything.
We probably wouldn't have gone on the tour if we would have had something like
Why?
this.
They would have talked us out of it? Or
No, we wouldn't have needed to. We wouldn't.
Good.
I don't feel like we would have needed to. And Cindy says everyone's just normal. I know, we're all just normal people. Like, I go to the bathroom like everyone else.
Yeah.
I have to eat 3 meals a day and snacks. Like, we're just normal people.
Yep. So if you guys ever meet us or Cindy or Joe Salatin or anybody that's put ink, that has printed books
or just
hit published on a YouTube video or gotten in a magazine or a movie or whatever. One guy told me in Hawaii, he was like, he kept going. One of our hosts in Hawaii when we were there said, "Oh, I can't believe you're here. We're just here. I'm watching you edit, and this is just great. Thank you so much." And I'm just like, "Hey, we're just ordinary people."
Yeah.
And he said, "Yes, but you're ordinary people doing extraordinary things." And that's right. And I'm not putting ourselves on a pedestal because anybody could do that. Like Zig Ziglar says, guys, this is a message for you. Remember last webinar, it was making decisions. It's heck yes or no. So tonight's is you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. That's all there is to it. So that's the only difference between us and Joel or you and whoever your hero is. We just have to keep, and many of us have already started, so we're on the right path. So we started, okay. Yep. Yes. Claire says we are normal people, but would still love to meet you, and we would love to meet you guys. Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy if you think about it. Like, the Hollers were here, and we met them in a meetup, and she was just Instagramming me, and I was like, hey, like I was like, do you want to be friends?
Yeah.
like here's my text number. Like, let's be friends. And it was kind of funny because like, not that like they were starstruck or anything to meet us, but like they were coming to meet us, and like we just clicked with them so well, and we were just like, let's be friends. And so like we have met so many friends and become some friends with so many people on this journey, and it's been great. Like Casey Ostowich, he just emailed us and wanted to come and visit us, and now he's one of our good friends.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want anybody showing up unannounced.
Yeah, please don't show up unannounced.
But if people email us and whatever, we bring them in. You guys have seen it on the blog, and it's always been that way. And it's always people reaching out to us and saying, "Hey, I want to come. Can I come meet you guys?" And we say, "Sure." Our work hours are from 7:30 to 10:30 in the morning. Yeah. Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and it's funny. Cindy was slightly started.
I know. I got to read this let's read Cindy's first one. So Cindy says, "Everyone." I think this is a good word from Cindy. Everyone are just normal people, so we shouldn't put them on a pedestal. Just realize you can learn something from everyone. I think people get starstruck when they put their hero on a pedestal. And then she also says, "I have to admit, I was slightly starstruck when I met you guys, but you just have to remind yourself and relax about it." That's funny, Cindy, because I've learned so much from you. That's a good word from you, because I bet I've probably learned as much from you as you've learned from me.
I know, we have learned from Cindy and Mike so much.
Adam,
he's already booked the tickets.
Oh, so you
he's just gonna show up. Yeah. He's just showing up. Thanks a lot, Adam.
He's like, by the way, I'll be there. That's okay, Adam. You can come.
Oh my word.
Okay. I planted cabbage this year because of y'all, and picked it yesterday and had it for dinner tonight. But Claire, the question is, did you kiss that cabbage?
Yeah.
Did she say that?
She didn't say if she kissed
it.
Claire, we need to know.
Oh no. I hope you grew too, and you can go kiss that second one.
And then Tina wants to know if we're going to premiere viewing for the pigs if we're gonna do a premiere. Oh, Adam
pigs
for permaculture pigs, I think.
I don't know yet, Tina. I don't know.
Adam says he does dishes.
Oh, good. Where is he coming from with that? Hey, everybody give Adam a pat on the back.
I know.
What is that for? Why is he
because
saying
he comes to our, he's going to come to our house.
Okay,
He can do dishes.
I get it now. I thought I was just randomly bragging on himself. Good, you'll give me a break.
Whatever.
It's Father's Day.
I do a lot of dishes.
I had to do all the dishes.
You did
No,
not.
I didn't. Okay.
Actually, I did a lot of dishes. I tried to do all the cooking.
All right.
But it was like I got pulled away and I had to get him to take over for me. So I tried. Okay. I tried.
Okay, Jan, we'll welcome you back when you get back. Good. Somebody's got to do it, right? Okay, let's keep going. We got on a tangent.
Grandma, okay. He's like, give Grandma a break.
Okay. We found what supplements? Okay. Our pepper plants. Now listen, Cindy, this is one I don't know if I'll be able to answer. Our pepper plants seem to be struggling this year. We have bell peppers, banana peppers, and cayenne peppers planted in a raised box, hugelkultur style. We have some hay.
Sorry, I can't help it.
We have some hay around them to help keep the moisture in. We have fertilized with fish emulsion, goat poop, and the chicken blood diluted from our harvest. Any other suggestions? They seem greener since we have been fertilizing, but we have no flowers or fruit.
We are not the pepper people. We have not. I actually used to grow peppers successfully. And then one day Justin got the idea to weed eat all the weeds in the garden, and he weeded my peppers all down. And ever since then,
how many years ago was that, Rebecca?
Ever since then, we've never been able
How many years ago was that?
peppers.
And how many good things have I done since then?
Our peppers are also struggling, I want to say.
Oh, yeah. What are they, this big?
No, they're in varying heights, because I don't know why they're in varying heights.
I'm going to see if Cindy has a word on
Muddy
that.
Paw
Struggling
says
peppers.
Our peppers are struggling.
I'm wondering,
too.
could it be too much
fertilizer
with the emulsion and the poop and the blood?
I don't know.
I know you can over fertilize, and it has the same symptoms as under fertilizing. So I think that's what Cindy said.
Too much nitrogen potentially.
Yes, and unfortunately, the symptoms are very similar to under fertilization to over fertilization. So I would leave them alone and let them go.
Jake says wives have the longest memory.
Jake, truth.
Preach.
They do have a very long memory.
We do. I can remember things all the way back.
Yeah.
Adam's peppers are doing good. His tomatoes are struggling, and Crystal's peppers always grow a little slow in the beginning, and then they grow
Shane, everybody's piping in on this one.
They will never forget.
You guys like the tangents. They like the tangents. Shane says, wives will never forget your mistakes, mate.
But never bring up theirs.
Oh.
Or you will pay for much.
Oh, Shane. Oh, boy. Hey, that's the best marital advice right there. Guys, listen up. I
like Cindy. Cindy is going, maybe add more brown material to the mulch. She's bringing it back to the peppers.
Hey, you're getting it back on track. I don't think we want to go back on track yet.
Back on track.
Okay.
To the brown material, to the mulch. That's a good idea, Cindy. Okay. Very smart woman.
And Max says peppers always look bad until they take off. Okay.
And then peppers. Okay, that makes me feel better, because I was out there earlier and I was thinking, are we ever going to get a pepper?
But you know what? Listen, it's like something always does not do great. Yeah. But we've planted 25 different things. It's okay.
Yeah, it really is. I can buy peppers in the store, so I feel
we have to learn. We also have to learn to be okay with some failure.
Yeah.
And I tell you today, we're having a good year this year.
We are.
Compared to last year, we're having a jamming year.
Much
Garden is
better.
the best it's ever looked. I mean, I should say animals aren't dying, but they are. I mean, we have a sea monster dying every once in a while now with the heat and possible owl. And we just have to focus, like, how many other...
Sorry, you're like taking it personal.
Okay.
Husbands take longest to mature.
All right, here we go.
That's what Jake says.
Anyway, what was I going to say? So, we can... let's fix the peppers. We're gonna put in some mulch. balance out that nitrogen, and let go. We usually don't start getting peppers until the very end of the summer. They're really rainforest plants. Oh, okay.
Maybe they need more
Good
water.
word, Cindy. Okay, we got 2 pigs back in December. Yes. A pair of American guinea hogs. They were both born in October, so they're about 8 months old now. We have kept them in some pens since we got them. They just don't seem like they are interested in mating. Are they too young? Do we need to separate them more? We really want baby pigs before winter. Thanks again, Muddy Paws. Hey, Muddy Paws.
How old are they?
He's in the house.
So they're I think they're too young. I think they're too young.
Because even these traditional hogs that we've been getting, they don't come into puberty until what, about 6 months. So I bet you a guinea hog is going to come into puberty a little bit later. Beauty's gonna ask Mr. Google Pants.
Well, I remember reading because we were looking at guinea hogs. Remember?
Yeah.
Getting some, and I remember they were a certain age, and the lady was like, they're maybe a little too. Someone said maybe some.
Jake votes for Barry White into the pig pen. Well, let me tell you this: if the traditional hogs aren't coming into puberty at 6 and they're like ready to harvest at 7, 8 months, then the guinea hogs, because they take 14 months to fully grow, I bet they come into maturity later. Are you asking Mr. Google Pants?
I'm looking it up right now.
All right. Okay, what else?
Okay, so males can breed as early as 6 to 8 months, but gilts can come into their first heat as early as 8 months. So they might not be quite coming into heat. Estrus or whatever.
At what month? What month?
As early as 8, but that's as early. So it's a fluctuation. They could possibly come in as early as 8, but it's not like for sure.
And I think they'll get it on because I'm pretty sure pigs are just like rabbits. They're going to breed like crazy. Okay, so Cindy has a good word. Tomatoes like to be grown with basil also, so sometimes I plant them all together. Sometimes I think the pepper like the plants around them since it keeps a nice moist microclimate. Thank you, Cindy. Not a question, just a big thanks to you again for all the inspiration. You keep us motivated. And most of all, you educate us, the good, the bad, the tears, the joy. Thank you for sharing your world with us so we can be better the world together. One table at a time. I like that. 1% a day. I like that. You guys are a blessing. Thanks again. And we can't wait to meet and shake your hand one day. Yes, and you too. Can't wait to meet you too, Muddy Paws. I'm glad you're in here and can address you. So thank you. Thank you for the kind words. That means a lot because we are people and we're trying to set out to educate and inspire. Sometimes negative comments ring in your head or whatever, and it seems to dominate the overall feel, but that's not the case. So we appreciate a really heartfelt, thought out, encouraging word like that. So we appreciate that very much. And
Adam said it's Father's Day, so they can give us a hard time with no repercussion until tomorrow.
We got a day off for repercussions, but you won't forget. Remember earlier.
No,
comments.
It'll be like 10 years from now. Be like that Father's Day when you were giving me a hard
time. All right. Okay, so let me see how much. Oh, we don't have too many more questions, so we got a little bit of time. So, why don't we, while I answer this next question, type in what you guys did today, what you did on this Father's Day. And did you have a great time or a bad time?
Jake says anytime we're down, feel free to reach out so you can tell us what inspiration we
Oh,
are.
that's very kind of you, Jake. That's very kind of you. You know, early on, I remember one of the very early ugly comments.
Mean comments.
I don't even remember what it was. Do you?
No.
Do you know what story I'm about to tell?
I have no idea.
There was an ugly comment, and it was really getting me down. I think it was going at my competency or something. It really attacked my knowledge or ability to teach or something. It was just a really vulnerable spot for me, especially starting out. And I just said, you know what? This is I can't let this get down. And I just went to the comments in my inbox and just read all the nice comments that were coming in. until I started feeling better. So it does mean a lot, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So answer what you did today, and did you love it or hate it?
I have an Uncle Justin that I can.
No, we'll read those in a second. Let's do this one question, then we'll catch up on the chat. How do you transport chickens? I've seen it in the vlogs, but it seems like a ton of chickens can fit into one box. What are the basic guidelines? So, I think while we answer those, Rebecca, I'll actually link the box we use. We used the Premier One poultry transport cage, and it was the best things we ever did. Like, we just gave away 4 laying hens to vegans, and we just went out there, put them in the crate, and put them by the road.
Yeah.
And they got them out of the crate and put them in their box. We transport Cornish cross, so you can put, because they're just moving from one spot to the other on the farm, I put a dozen in each crate. They're packed.
Yeah. But we get them out
I'm not moving them for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And if you were going to leave them in the crate until they harvest, I would maybe put 6 in there.
To give them a little extra room.
Yeah.
I want to say that there was a lot in the crates when we were at Polyface.
Oh, yeah.
They really pack them out.
Because it's not that long, and it's really not going to.
Yeah.
It's not hour, 2 hour. They could be tied in there. They're getting plenty of air. So it could be that how much can you pick up? Because I did 12 in there. It was a lot to pick up. 12 times 6 is what? They're 6 pounds live weight. It's a lot of weight. It's what? Almost 100 pounds? No, 60, 72 pounds? Okay. So why don't you, did they engage with what they did today?
Yeah.
Why don't you read some of that while I go look up the...
Part-time permies, Cindy moved the chickens, cleaned the house, did laundry, took pictures of wildflowers for our show tonight, and prepped for my live tonight. And now watching you while waiting for dinner.
Oh.
That's the life. My father is in town from New York. He helped me. This is Steve. He helped me clean and organize my garage. We can get the cars in there now.
And get that. We can actually park our cars in the garage.
Good job, Steve. The Muddy Paws homestead. I picked black raspberries and played with my wee one. Took the day off from farm work and relaxed.
Yay.
David grilled hot dogs for my new inlays. I'm thinking in-laws is what you said.
Okay, good.
Quentin went to the Twins game and then went to dinner on the way home. Had a great time. Max, happy homestead.
You missed Max. Oh, you're about to read
yeah. He or she milked, went to church, built another coop, moved cows to a new paddock. That was a busy day. Where is it? Crystal, no.
Shared some Greek oregano.
No, Adam. Cleaned up the chicken butchery, and my lovely Dottie made me brownies and pizza. Nice. Not much Father's Day stuff going on at the moment. Part-time. Not yet. Not yet. Well, he is a father, but yes. Someone bought 25 sea monsters and started building a new chicken tractor. Shared some Greek oregano and volunteer tomatoes. That was Tina. Spent time with the family and checked out my gardens that are doing amazing. It was a great day. That was Crystal. Shane is not Father's Day till September.
Oh,
he's in Australia. So they have a different day.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So Adam had a good idea for holding, and this is kind of what I have, but I found mine in a dumpster. But if I had to replicate it, it would be what Adam says. It's a dog playpen, make a great holding area. For chickens. Yeah, so I think it's good to move them in a crate and then have a holding area. A dog crate would work.
I really like the holding
pallets.
Thing. Yeah. They don't really
need 4 pallets.
They don't really need
slapping pallets up. No, they don't need a lot of space. You don't want them getting around and eating too much. Okay. Well, I didn't get to link that, so I'll link that towards the end, I guess.
Jake dropped his wife at the airport at 6:00. Then he demoed and he started replacing his jack.
We got 3 more questions and we'll go.
Oh, wow. Cindy just keeps going.
I'll be back.
We also set up cattle panels for trellises.
Dang, Cindy.
And picked and ate some wild strawberries and transplanted them into their garden. That is nice. You're boss, man. Let's see. What you got?
Let's do that. We can go on. These are the new questions
up
here. A few more questions.
Oh, somebody up here said, David said it's best thing to do is not to respond to criticism.
Yes, and I learned that maybe that same day is early on. I would reply to these haters, and I'm like, wait a minute, why am I replying to this negativity when there's one negative comment and 100 other positive ones. Take that energy and reply to 3 of the positive ones. And that helped me.
Jan is back finally. The chickens are in, but we have torrential 3 days of rain and flooding, so they have been in and dry, but unhappy, needing sunshine. I hope you get some sunshine soon. Adam wants to know if anybody knows what his tomato leaves are curling. So I thought, and maybe Cindy can help out. So I was watching Roots and Refuge, and she said, like, her tomato leaves were curling, and she said it was because they needed water. And then,
and aren't yours curling? Or yours are more stiff?
Mine are weird. Mine are curling. I don't know. But then I read somewhere else, and I think it was in the member area, that someone's tomatoes were curling, and it was because it was overwatered. So I have no idea. But I would guess it's one of those. It's either underwatered or overwatered.
Yeah.
So
okay.
I hope that helps, Adam.
Do you follow the Farmer's Almanac Guide, planting by the moon phase when you plant? No, we don't. It's not that we would be against that. It's just we're fortunate if we get we're so about meat and dairy. That kind of ends up being the priority, and we're happy if we get something in the ground. That's what it's turned into with the gardens.
Yeah, I did look in the Farmer's Almanac, and I saw that we were only like a day off. So I'm like,
But basically, it's kind of like, well, we were like trying to plant on Sundays, but that kind of got thrown out this year because we were planting like every 2 weeks. But then it started to make sense to, why don't we just plant real heavy in the spring and then plant real heavy in the fall? Because things come in the succession anyway. So it's not like we need to plant every 2 weeks.
We were going to do a succession.
We're just kind of reestablishing our garden order, and we're going to be organized by the fall. So coming into the fall, we're actually going to be looking in the back of Elliot Coleman's book, 4 Seasons Gardening. And he has a chart based on zones, what plants you should start when. And guys, if you want a winter garden, you plant while it's hot. So for us, it's going to be like August and September.
Or July even.
For some stuff in July. So we got to get on that.
I know.
We got to get on that. Because I don't feel like we end up being very organized for the spring, but we could be better going into fall. So basically, that's how we do it. We look at when we want to plant, or like going into fall, we'll actually look at Elliot Coleman, and he'll say it has. If you're in zone 7, this is when you can plant what. So this is. It'll say plant spinach in by August 10th or whatever. So we're more of plug it into burpee.com, seed planting guide, or basically looking at Elliot Coleman's books and going off of his charts. Good question. I'm not against planting with the moon. We're just not that organized or flexible.
Yeah, because
that takes some flexibility, right?
Yeah, because if the full moon's like tonight, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know when you plant. I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
So I can't say, but like
folks
we'd have to like
plant
today, but we didn't have time to plant today, type thing.
Oh, this is a good question. We have a few peach trees. When and how are we supposed to trim them? So we just got our first peaches of a tree we planted 7 years ago and totally, utterly neglected it. So we're happy that it made it. It wants to grow. It wants to produce fruit. So now we're like, okay, let's give it some love.
Yeah.
We don't do anything for it now, but keep the cows off of it when they're in that pasture. You trim when it's dormant. Okay, so you trim when the energy has gone down into the roots. So that would be in the winter. And how? I don't know. I think I'm going to refer to I got this movie called Permaculture Orchard. And in it, he talks about pruning and how to do it. Also, I think there's pruning sheets online. Hold on, let me pull one up for you.
But did we ever get that?
I think there's a PDF that's pretty nice. Yeah, look. I think I would maybe go to this. If anybody knows about pruning in here. Oh, wait. That's not it. Why I can't see that picture, Rebecca?
Well, I think you just go into it.
This is the one I'm looking for. Yes. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, this seems like a. Oh, wait.
That's a North Carolina one too.
Okay. This seems like a great article.
But it's for
chart.
Over one more.
What?
Go right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to link that. I'll also put that in the show notes in a second. I'll put that in the show notes with my crate too. All these questions, and I'll put these links. So I think that's what I would use. If you guys can go look at that and say, hey, you're crazy. That's just crazy talk. But that's what I would go off. I would go look at Permaculture Orchard. I should.
We also have a book. Do you want me to get that book out? I don't know if it's pruning.
Does he say? That might be kind of neat to see.
Let me see.
She's going to go look at our other orchard book. And I think Stefan has I know he does. He has a book too now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. It's an 8x8 chicken tractor big enough to raise 25 sea monsters. Well, yes, absolutely. Because, well, let me make sure. Yes, it's going to be well, I'll double check, but let's see. So Joel Salatin, I think he'll run. He has chicken track. Well, it's not like a tractor, but it's a pasture poultry pen. They aren't free ranging. They're in a pen, and he runs. Joel is my guide, so I think he'll do 75 in a 10 by 20. So 75 divided by 120. Is that how I'd figure that out? So no, I would do it the other way. 120 divided by 75 is, you get 1.6 square feet. So 25 birds. Okay. 25 birds need 40 square feet. So you got plenty of room. Okay. You could do double that, right? Because 8 by 8 is what?
64.
64. You couldn't do quite double, but yeah, that's enough room. So the Joel Salatin standard for captivated chickens moving every day on grass is 1.6 square feet.
Adam says homeschooling, and then Jake says math is hard.
Okay.
Okay, so this is
there you go. So, oh, good, you found it.
Yeah.
Does it have a chapter on pruning?
It does.
Show them the chapter. So Cindy says we are going to do an 8x8 for chickens, kind of Salatin style, in a few weeks. So yeah, Cindy's going to do that as well.
I just had it. I was just looking at it.
That's it. So she's going to look that up. I'm going to link these show notes. You guys continue to chat. I think after you show them this, I'll hang up and then I'll update the show notes. So guys, give it maybe 5 minutes and I'll have a link to my transporter. I'll link to Permaculture Orchard and a link to the pruning PDF.
Yeah, so this starts the pruning. It just goes.
Oh yeah. Never mind. I would just consult the book I have. I don't know. It's sometimes fun to rely on the internet.
And then it just goes. Yeah.
But this guy knows his stuff. Oh look, he talks about how to
do those pretty trees.
He talks about how to make a fence.
Here's the renovating an abandoned tree,
which we could use. We should do that to my granny's orchard. Okay, there you go, guys. So tell them the name of that book. I should probably write the name of that book down.
Holistic Orchard. The Holistic Orchard by Michael Phillips. He's the one who just wrote that book on that stuff. That's the Mido something or others. I don't know.
All right. He's one of those guys.
He's very smart.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Let me see if there's anything.
Happy Father's Day. We're gonna check, see if there's any more thing in the chat.
Purple Globe says love and thanks, family.
Yay! I'm glad that meat shawl worked good for you, Adam. So happy to hear that. So simple, probably easier to build than a tractor even. But you got to have the nets, so you got to be willing to, you're capable of getting the nets.
Does it say anything about how to keep dogs from? I don't know. It might say something.
Dogs are eating the fruit trees. I don't know if it does. We haven't read that whole book.
No, we've only consulted it when absolutely necessary.
I honestly like the permaculture orchard method for growing fruit trees. I think this is more if you're going to be a professional orchardist because it is intense.
Look at these apples.
Yeah, if you want grocery store looking fruit, then you need to go buy this book.
It's amazing. He just makes some really.
Oh, Shane doesn't have the premier one going to Australia.
Oh no.
His puppy's eating their apple trees.
What about like cattle panel? Just doing a cattle panel like Art and Bree do. They just have a cattle panel tied together, and then he just picks it up, puts it down, and does what if he needs to get in there.
You were talking to me about that earlier. We might have to do that. Keep our cows off our young apple trees.
I would love. I don't know how to say that in a espalier hedge. So Shane says we need to pressure Premier One to export.
Yeah. Okay. I'll drop him a line.
We'll tell him.
I'll do it. I'll drop him a line for you. I'm watching a hawk pull a fish out of my pond. Amazing. That is amazing, Adam. And it's not your chicken. So that's good.
But it might be his fish.
Okay, guys, I'll update these show notes. It'll be there in 5 minutes. We've enjoyed hanging out with you. I can't think of a better thing to do on Father's Day than to end it hanging with you guys and having a good time, heckling each other. It's great. So thank you guys. Have a great evening.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.